Hi everyone, this is NTom,
This is Sky.
and we're going to sum up our thoughts on Sonic 4 Episode 2 as a whole here, since we didn't really have much time during the finale. So, Sky, do you want to go ahead and give your thoughts on the game, the music, the gameplay, just the general design of it?
Sure, I think starting out with the short version, it's like 10 giant steps forward from Episode 1. It's still not quite on par with the classics. There are a lot of things holding it back from that. Things like traditional dimps, bottomless pits, or springfests, or things like that. But I don't think there will ever be a game that will reach the same level of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or anything from that era. But as long as it comes close, then I'll be content. And I think Sonic 4 Episode 2 is getting there. It's going in the right direction. Music-wise, it's a lot better with the instruments. There's been some argument over the melodies. I like them both between episodes. I love Oil Desert, specifically Act 2, Dying Ducks Be Damned. I think as long as if Jun Senoue is making music for Episode 3, given there is an Episode 3, which I think there will be, then the only thing I really hope for from him are longer tracks and not as much reliance on the dying cat, which to his credit, I don't think he used once in Episode 2, and I hope that he refrains from using it in Episode 3. But overall, I think the music is very good in Episode 2, especially his remix of Stardust Speedway. That is just delicious.
Succinct and to the point. Now I'm going to do the HFC tradition and ramble for a little bit. Since there's not really much story to speak of, I'm pretty much going to skip over that, because literally you just get scene transitions. Gameplay-wise, very much improved over Episode 1. Sonic no longer feels like he's moving through molasses for the entire game. There's a nice little bit of momentum there. Even though I don't really care for it, the homing attack feels quite satisfying. The team-up attacks, I can live with. They're not particularly impressive. I mean, the spin ball's very fun to use, but Tails feels kind of like an afterthought rather than a completely individual character who happens to be following you. I really wish Tails was playable in single player. I think that kind of detracts from the point of having him there to begin with. Levels, I wouldn't say so much the level tropes are interesting, more so the gameplay within them is. Because you have like a grassy kingdom, a theme park that's a bit snowy, an oil refinery in the desert, and a sky fortress. I can't really describe it any other way, really. Obviously it feels like a throwback to Sonic 2. You know, using tropes from that game, which makes sense. It's kind of diluted a little bit by the fact that Episode 1 used some tropes from Sonic 2. I feel I would appreciate Episode 2 a lot more if Episode 1 had stuck specifically to Sonic 1, but that's just a nitpick, really. Bosses were a big improvement over the ridiculously boring Eggman bosses from the first game. My only complaint about them was that they stalled a lot, and as I said during the playthrough, I hate bosses that stall. And just before I sign off from gameplay, yes, I have a problem with dimps and their bottomless pit fetish. That, however, did not stop me from enjoying the game as a whole. It was very fun when I get right down to it. Music-wise, as Sky said, much improved over the first game. I enjoyed the melodies themselves, and the instrumentation is much improved, so major props to Jun Senoue for that. And overall, for a downloadable title, it was a very fun experience, so thank you to the person who gifted the game to me, and thank you to Sky for being an excellent co-op partner. It was a very enjoyable experience.
Oh, shucks.
It weren't nothing, Mr. Tom. So, thank you all for listening, and thank you all for watching the playthrough. If you'd like to see any other live co-op playthroughs on HellfireComms, please feel free to leave a comment with a suggestion. See you all next time. Bye bye.
Later, guys.